السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد، أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. رب زدني علما. اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا. أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بكم. I welcome you all to the class of دروس اللغة العربية لغير ناطقين بها. And inshallah ta'ala, today we will begin our this. This is the seventh lesson, right? Seventh lesson, inshallah ta'ala. Ad-Darsul Sani, but we know it was rated 5 before. So this is Ad-Darsul Sabi', literally. Here we are going to learn Ismul Alat, inshallah ta'ala. Ismul Alat. And Ismul Alats are generally on three patterns. Now, Ismul Alat are generally on three patterns, and it's very easy if you just remember the patterns. There's no reason on why those patterns come, but uh, it's just mif'alun and mif'alatun. Like miftahun for key, miknasatun for broom, and mif'al um, miqassun or something like that. Mikhlabun. So there are various words which are used for alat. And this is also from the mushtaqat min al-fi'l or masdar. From the same root word, you create an instrument. And they've made some words for that. They made some words for that. So let's begin. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ad-Darsu Thani. Hishamun. So let's go for some shopping because a lot of instruments will be coming. Like you can see behind a frying pan and so on and so on. Now, Hisham, أتريدين شيئا من السوق يا أم أحمد? Hmm? Do you want something? تريدين شيئا? Do you want anything? Because you're speaking to Ahmad, the mother of Ahmad. She says, "Do you want?" He says, Hisham says, "Do you want anything from the market, O Ahmad?" And we know mudaf mudaf ilayh comes after ya. You give a fatha. Naam, yes, obviously she wants something. She'll never say, "I don't want anything," right? Uh, obviously she wants something. And naam uridu مغرفة ومقلاة ومقصا. Naam. Right? She says, "I want a ladle, a scoop." مغرفة is a ladle, or yeah, غرفة is to scoop something out. نعم مغرفة. We'll learn about this inshallah, all these verbs and so on in the future inshallah. But this you make things like that, huh? مغرفة مفعلة pattern. You scoop something, ladle or something. You have a ladle. Or مقلاة is a frying pan. Mm, غرف يغرف, I think. Um, نعم. فلا يقلي is to fry. So it is miqlatun. He brings all those verbs in the exercises. And kawa yakvi mikwatun is to iron. Is to iron. Mikwatun is an iron. So she needs a ladle, a spoon, a big spoon, a miqlatan, a frying pan, wa mikwatan, and an iron. Kawa yakvi mikwatan. Mif'al pattern. Wa miqassan. Miqas, mif'al pattern. Miqassun is it's like qassa yaqussu is to cut something. So qassa with a qaf. So this is scissors. It's scissors. I want a pair of scissors also. Someone says, the husband says, "Ma aksara talibatik ya Ahmad." How many demands you have? How many requests you have? Talibati, talibatun. Yeah, talibatun is a singular. Talibatun is a request. Talibat. So we have to read as Talibat, not Talibat. Which one? These are four things. Yeah, four things. نعم أريد مغرفة a ladle ومقلاة a frying pan ومكواة an iron and a pair of scissors. Scissors. مقصا مقصا. Four things. Yes. نعم these are four things. I want these four things. I want these four. نعم. So Hisham says ما أكثر طالباتك. طالباتك. I'm reading it wrong. It's not طالباتك. It's طالباتك. So طالبة is a demand. طالب. طلب يطلب طالب. Or talab also you can say, but here it means talib is a demand, a request. ما أكثر طالباتك يا أم أحمد. طالبة طالبات. How many, uh, how more your demands are, right? So much you want, you're demanding. Right? So many things you want. ألم أشتري لك هذه الأشياء في العام الماضي. Right? لم came. اشترى يشتري باللام إشارة. This is form 8. Didn't I purchase you these things في العام الماضي? ألم أشتري. It was with a ya and lam came, you drop the ya. Right? Didn't I purchase you these things? هذه الأشياء, these things. هذه has been used because غير عقل الجمع في العام الماضي, in last year itself, in the past year. Didn't I purchase you these things? So she says, Bala. Of course, yeah. Of course he bought from me. Right? She's not denying that. Bala. Of course, because it's a negative question, no? So we learned in book 2, right? It'll be Bala. Of course. And Nam, so Bala literally means Nam, and Nam means La. Nam. Alastu bi Rabbikum. Am I not your Lord? It is. Of course. Of course. Mhm. Okay. Nam Bala. So then she says, ولكنها من الطراز القديم. Hmm? ولكنها من الطراز القديم. So, but they are, ولكنها means they, uh, because غير عاقل plural is treated as singular feminine, no? ولكنها من الطراز القديم. طراز means fashion, style, right? طراز is a model. Its plural is, but they all, yes, they all. طراز, its plural is طرز or أطرزة. طرز أطرزة. He tells it, but it's not that important, this word. Tiraz, old model. It's of an old model. Tirazil Qadimi. Qadim is old model. So they are of old fashion, old style now. And um, we need, new model. وقد جاءت في السوق الآن. And now وقد جاءت. قد here with فعل ماضي means indeed or surely. Surely. قد جاءت في السوق الآن أطرزة حديثة. And in the market have come الآن now أطرزة. So طراز singular أطرزة models حديثة new models. حديث means speech, conversation, but حديثة or حديث can also mean something which is new. New. حديث الإسلام is new into Islam. So hadith has many meanings, and one of them is new, and one of them is the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the conversation is also called hadith. Kalam is hadith. Okay. Naam. So حديثة أطرزة حديثة وهي طبعا أحسن وأجود, and it is of course better, and أجود means more nice, nicer, or you could say جيد. جيد is good, right? So how do you make ismu tafdil from that? It becomes the ya will change into a wow, ajwadu, more good, more better, right? Ismu tafdil from jayyid becomes ajwad, then nicer. So ahsanu is better and ajwad, because it should have actually been ajyadun, something like that. Ajyad. It sounds weird, right? Ajyad. So they made it into a wow, ajwad. Jayyid we learn, no, right? Good. Anta mudarrisun jayyidun. You are a good teacher. So ajwad is used. Ismu tafdil. No, ajwad is nicer. Jayyid is good. The comparative, no? Ahsan, yeah, ahsan is better. You could say better. Yeah, both mean the same. Yeah, maybe, maybe. You mean these both mean, yeah, similar meanings. Yes, ahsan wa ajwad. Yeah, yes, similar meanings. Yeah, correct. In Arabic, that's what they do many times. They use synonyms a lot, and in English, when you translate, both have the same meaning. Just to give a more meaning, they use two words. نسيت أن أذكر القمح والعدسة. Nasitu. I forgot. So she has a long list now, right? So she wants these four things: a ladle, a frying pan, an iron, and scissors. And I forgot to mention, Zakara yaskuru is to mention, an came so mansub. I forgot to mention al qamha wal adasa. Mafulun bihi, that's why. Zakara's azkura's object, huh? That's why mansub. I forgot to mention qamh is wheat and adas is lentils, lentils dal. Mm, Others, dal, whichever dal it is, moong dal or whatever, lentils. Isma, listen. So she's giving order again. Inna hadha al-baqal al-jadida. She's telling some other topic, but it's related to the shopping. Inna hadha al-baqal al-jadida. Indeed, this new baqal, new grocer, the new shopkeeper, mutaffifun. He is a mutaffif. And who's a mutaffif? Wailul lil mutaffifin. He weighs and measures less, right? He's a cheater. He cheats. Is mutaffif. Right? Taffafa yutaffifu. Mutaffif. Form two it is, but still. Mutaffifun. فلا تشتري منه شيئا. So this is nahi, right? Don't purchase from him anything. So this guy is a cheater. This guy, this new shopkeeper, he cheats. He weighs and measures less. So Hisham quotes the verse, "Wailul lil mutaffifin." Wailul lil or wailun lil mutaffifin. So while reading Wailul lil mutaffifin, woe to, wail is a woe, a curse. And in some of the tafasir, wail is a wadi fi jahannam. It's a valley in Jahannam, by the name of Wail. So woe, a curse be to the mutaffifin, the one cheaters, or the one who measures less, the people, lil mutaffifin. So mutaffifuna is a plural. Because of harfu jar, it became mutaffifina. ولكن كيف عرفت ذلك? Right? Because Muslims should ask for proof, right? Anyone, if someone says this guy is so and so, you should ask for proof. We should not believe hearsay. But how? ولكن and but we translate as but. كيف عرفت ذلك? How do you know that? عرف يعرف عرفتي عرفت عرفتما عرفتم عرفتي. How do you know that? أم أحمد. إن الجبن إن الجبن الذي. So we'll join this also. إن الجبن الذي اشتريت منه قبل أيام وزنته وزنته بميزاننا فوجدته ناقصا. So she says, in al jubna. Indeed, the cheese, jubna is cheese or butter. I keep forgetting these things. Jubna is cheese or butter? Anyone? Cheese, huh? What's butter then? These. Now I'm just checking. I keep confusing this. I think it's cheese, yeah. Butter is something. Zaitun is oil, but butter is zubdatun. Oh, zubda is butter. Okay, fine. Zubda is not. When you say you forget, I also can't. Placebo effect or something, huh? Or influence. Now, indeed, cheese which you purchase, zubda is butter. Zubdatun. Indeed, the cheese which you purchase minhu qabla ayyamin. So, indeed, the cheese which you purchased from him a few days ago, uh, wazantuhu. Wazana yazinu. Misal. I weighed it. Be mizanina. In our mizan. In our weighing machine. Mizan is the weighing machine or whatever. Mizan. Same thing like mif'al, but it was actually mivzan. Mif'al pattern. But the wow, of course, because it gets a kasra, for reading purposes, the wow has been changed into a yeah, mizan. The mizanina, the scale, weighing machine, whatever. فوجدته ناقصا. I found it less. Naqis is less, right? Naqis also means weak, which we learned, like verbs and so on. But naqis literally means incomplete or less. وكذلك كلت البر. And similarly, I weighed the uh, burr is also the wheat, but it is the wheat flour, as far as I remember. Right? Samhan is the normal wheat seeds. Burr is wheat seeds. That is wheat flour. Mm, um, just seeds, I guess. So what is flour called? دقيق. Flour is دقيق. Yeah, دقيق. Or burr also. Or طحن. دقيق. دقيقة is minute and دقيق is flour. Why do they have separate words for wheat seeds and qamh also? Then what? Qamh also should mean wheat, right? And burr also is wheat. I don't know. Hmm. فوجدته أيضا ناقصا. So I found it because qamh and burr both mean same, I guess. Or maybe you can search. ما الفرق بين ما الفرق بين القمح والشعير. Sha'ir is also same thing. Huh? Sha'ir is barley. Okay, fine. Sha'ir is barley. It comes in the hadith all the time. قمح والبر. الخير. Oh, nobody's telling that. I think it's the same meaning. هل الخبز والبر هو نفسه خبز الخمر الكامل ولا مختلف؟ أهلا. Okay, anyways. I think أهلا وسهلا بك. خبز البر هو الخبز المصنوع من الطحن الحبوب القمح الكاملة. So he says it is built, I mean, snow is made from the flour of the seeds. دون غربلتها. I don't know what it is. وتصفيتها. Without changing, I think. يميل اللون دقيق البر إلى اللون الأسود. The flour of the wheat will change into black, it seems. It's the best. Burr is best. So whatever. So both mean the same, I guess, synonyms. فوجدته أيضا ناقصا. I found it less. Hisham says سأنصح له. I will do nasiha to him. Nasaha yansahu. I will give advice to him. I will give nasiha. Lahu wa atlu alayhi qawluhu ta'ala. And I will recite to him the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Tala yatlu. Tala yatlu atlu. I will recite to him. ولا تنقصوا المكيال والميزان. ولا تنقصوا المكيال. Don't. نقص ينقص is to make it less. Mm. Mikyal. Mikyal kala yakilu is to measure. Right? Kala yakilu is to measure. So you have in previous days they should buy things with measurement. Nowadays we don't generally. We buy with kilograms or pounds or whatever. Uh, but they used to measure things like one cup of barley or one sa, one mudd. Mudd and sa. 4 mudds is equal to one sa. So you have to give zakatul fitr like that, right? One sa. One sa is like one big thing. um, One vessel. Nowadays, we use only for liquids. 1 liter is a measurement, right? We don't weigh the liquid, we just measure it. Liquid things, 1 liter. So you see, you have a bowl, it's 1 liter. So you pour milk or whatever, it's 1 liter. So previously, solids also used to be given in measurement, right? But people moved on from measurement of solids because it's more or less not standard. Because, like if you put dates, right? Some dates might come more, some might come less, and so on. Now, but previous days we had ولا تنقصوا المكيال والميزان. كال يكيل, again مفعال pattern, and because it is كال يكيل أجواف, it became مكيال. And وزن يزن ميزان. ميزان became ميزان. ميزان is the weighing machine. هود سورة هود. لعل الله يهديه. Perhaps Allah will guide him. لعل الله يهدى يهدي is to guide. يهديه, guide him. أتريد أنت شيئا يا محمد? Do you also want something, Ahmed? Because turidu also was you want. Anta is just for emphasis. Turidu anta shayan, because your mother has a long list, right? So do you also want something, man? Ahmed says, Naam, uridu mistaratan. Huh? He wants a scale. Mistara we learned, right? Satara yasturu mistara. Mif'alatun pattern. Ismul alat. وممحاة. Maha yamhu is to erase. Mimhat is the eraser, the rubber eraser. ومبراة, and mibra is bara yabri, is to trim something. So this is a sharpener. Mibratan is a sharpener. You get a sharpener, right? Mibratan. Uh, هشام هاتي مفتاح السيارة من غرفتي. هاتي باب sharpener, yeah. Sharpener, you get the small sharpness. Hati Miftah, give me the key of the car. Miftah is again Fatah Yaftu Miftah. Right? Sayyarati min ghurfati, from my room. Ana lada babil mis'ad. I am near. Lada means inda. Right? We learned last time. Huh? Lada is inda. I am near the babil mis'ad. Again, last word also he brought it ismulal. I am near the Sa'ida yas'adu is to uh, rise. So the thing which rises, lift. Naam. Misadis, mifal pattern. Misadis. I am near the elevator's door. The lift door. Okay. So this is all about very easy lesson. That's a small lesson, right? One page of the main lesson. أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية. Answer the following questions. ماذا طلبت أم أحمد من السوق? What did Ahmed ask from the souk? Request from the market. We can open the answers. طلبت مغرفة ومقلاة ومكواة ومقصا. She requested a مغرفة, a ladle, the spoon, a big spoon. You can see behind there's a big spoon here somewhere. Yeah, here, like that, a ladle. ومقلاة, and a frying pan. Can you see a frying pan? I think this is a frying pan. ومكواة, I don't have an iron. ومقصا, and a pair of scissors. مقص. What is the difference between zoo and lada? Zoo means having, possessing. ذو الجلال والإكرام, ذو اللحية الطويلة, having, ذو ذو خلق. Yeah, ذو خلق. It came in book 2, and we learned this. ذو, it means like ذو النظارة. جاء الطالب ذو النظارة. A student came who has, spectacles, or possessor of. In English, we can do a translation of ED also. A spectacled boy came. Something like that. ذو أخلاق, well mannered. ذو خلق, well mannered. But lada means inda, bearded man. Yeah. Lada means inda. Inda can have various meanings, of course. Mm, One meaning is near. Another meaning is to have. Indi malun khalilun. I have little wealth, right? So indi, or it could be in the sight of. Kabura maqtan indallah. It is a great thing in the sight of Allah. Now, and various other meanings also. And it's like uh, used for, in Urdu we say ke paas, uske Allah ke paas. So it's like that. Now, وَمَاذَا طَلَبَ أحمد? What did Ahmad request or order or demand from his father? طَلَبَ مِسْطَرَةً وَمِمْحَةً وَمِبْرَاةً. Ahmad requested a scale, um, eraser, and a sharpener. أي آية يريد هشام أن يتلو على البقال الجديد. ولماذا? Which verse يريد هشام, which Hisham wants أن يتلو, أن came so منصوب, right? To recite على البقال الجديد, to recite on the new grocer. ولماذا and why? يتلو على, someone means recite to him, because ala you cite on him, that means to him, and it's very common in the Quran. يتلون عليهم آياته. They recite on them. عليهم means to them, obviously. On them means to them. In Urdu we say उनके ऊपर आयतें तिलावत, उनके ऊपर. That means same thing. يتلو على البقال الجديد. ولماذا? Because in English you might find it weird. Ala, because tala is used with ala. يتلو على, يتلون عليهم آياته. يريد هشام أن يتلو على البقال الجديد قوله تعالى. قوله because object of تلا يتلو. ولا تنقصوا المكيال والميزان. Right? And do not reduce the mikyal and mizan, the way and the measuring and the weighing. لأن هذا البقال, ولماذا and why? Because this بقال is a مطفف. Right? He is a cheater. He reduces stuff. Hmm? So Alhamdulillah, the words also is he wants to recite as not wailul lil mutaffifin. Mm, He doesn't want to go and say wailul lil mutaffifin and so on. He wants to be gentle on him and say, no, he might not know. Now, then he begins. Kalimatu miftahun, right? Or kalimatu miftahin because mudaf nafli. Uh, Ma'khudatun. It is taken from ma'khuda. It is taken from من فتح يفتح, from فتح يفتح, للدلالة, to indicate. دلالة is indicate. huh? على آلة الفتح, on the instrument of opening. Something آلة is instrument, instrument of opening. وتسمى اسم آلة, and it is named as اسم آلة. تسمى اسم آلة, اسم آلة, because تسمى is objects. I think we forgot question 2. Ahmad wanted scale, and we talked about it, no? Scale and sharpener and eraser. Now we did this. طلب مسطرة من محاتم براءة. Now, okay. نعم. اسم الآلة, اسم الآلة اسم مصوغ من الفعل الثلاثي للدلالة على ما وقع الفعل بواسطته. اسم الآلة, the noun of instrument. اسم مصوغ. صاغ يصوغ is coined, is made, to make something. من الفعل الثلاثي, from 3-letter verbs. huh, للدلالة. It's generally not from 4 letters or 5, 6. It's only mostly, from what I remember, it's from 3-letter verbs. To point out على ما وقع الفعل, to point out on what the وقع is to fall, but here means to occur. What the verb occurs بواسطته. Wasita is through it, right? Through it. So uh, through the, using, so the action is occurring through that instrument. Opening is done through the key, through the key. So basita is called, or wasila. Wasila, means, through that means of it. Yeah. لاسم الآلة ثلاثة أوزان. لاسم, for the noun of instrument, there are three أوزان, three wazans, three patterns. It is, one is, so remember in the previous lesson we learned maf'al and maf'il. See, it was maf. I told in last class also. It is maf. Here it is, everything is mif. Naam. So remember in the previous session we did sajada yasjudu masjid. No, that's a bad example because that is an exception. But anything which is bab fataha or daraba, sorry, bab fataha or nasara, it'll be maf'al pattern. Now, Anything which is bab daraba, bab samia, whatever, ain kalima has a kasra, you make it maf'il. Naam. La'iba yal'abu mal'abun. Mal'ab, like that. And we learn this is mif. There's no reason why they just made some words like this. Mif'alun, first one is mif'alun ala waznil miftahun. And so you might ask a question, why did they choose miftah and not miftahun or miftahatun? It's their choice. From what I know, there's no reason why they chose this form. It's just easier to say and so on. They chose this, they coined this word, miftah. ومفعل على هذا because people want to uh, because in that lesson we had a reason, because it is hatha they gave this, and because it is dhamma and kasra they gave mafail, right? People want to say, what's the reason here, why did they choose this? There's no reason from what we know. Hmm? ومفعل على هذا الوزن مبرد, and mif'al is on the pattern of mif'al. نعم. ومفعلة وعلى هذا الوزن مكنسة. Mhm. So they are like three patterns generally speaking. Mif'al, mif'ala, and this is the same as mif'ala, it's just feminine. No? So you can ask a question, why is it feminine? There's no reason. Why did they make the broom feminine? Just the way it is. Mibrad, but what is a mibrad? What was the sharpener? Sharpener was not mibrad. Mibratun. Hmm? Mibradun is something is to cut the leaves. Mibrad. Let me see. Mibrad is shears. To shear something. Yeah? Mibrad. Yeah. Uh, Mibrading shears. A cutting instrument. Like scissors, huh? But big scissors. Mibradun is like that. Yeah, you cut those things. The grass and so on. Shears. Trimming hedges and grass. That's a mibrad. Okay. I don't know the verb. This is barada yabridu. Mibrad. Next, صغ من الأفعال الآتية أسماء الآلة على وزن مفعال. You have to make on the pattern of مفعال. So he's given literally make it on مفعال. That's it. Don't make anything else because uh, there's no reason why it should be مفعال of we know of. Right? So فتح يفتح, very easy. فتح يفتح مفتاح. نعم. نشر ينشر. نشر ينشر is to saw something. There's another nashara. It is to spread. Nashra. No, yeah, no, that is something else. Nashara is to spread. Nashru. Nash is to spread, but this is something else. Nashara yanshuru is to saw something. As the saw is called minsharun. So we can see the answers. Minsharun. Here that is. Minsharun. Miftahun minsharun. Then we have harasa yahrusu. Is to plow. You see the plow here? The, the sign of Soviet Union. Huh? Harasa yahrusu. House is a field, right? Field or harvest. So this will be mihrasun. Mihrasun, a plow, the instrument, plowing instrument. The sickle. Then zalaja yazliju. Zalaja yazliju is to slide. Salaja is to slide down. So mizlajun is a sliding bolt. You get this in Windows, right? You put this bolt. Just some instruments. These vocabs are not important. They don't come anywhere in the Quran from what I know. It's just teaching that this is the pattern. So don't worry about all these instruments when I don't remember some. Hmm. So zalaja yazliju is a bolt which you put on the windows or something, sliding bolt. Then qasa yaqisu is a measurement. Qasa yaqisu, to measure. So miqyasun, it becomes miqyas. Miqyas. قاس يقيس مقياس. So the verse was that itself, right? ولا تنقص oh, it was mizan. Qasa is also to measure. Miqyas. Next, kala yakilu mikyal. Right? Very easy. Kala yakilu mikyal. So where we see a ya is the same thing. Mikyal is also to measure. I think qasa and kala both mean same. Allahu alam. I don't know if there's difference between miqyas and mikyal. In Quran, miqyas also comes. What I remember. Miqyas. I think Allah alladhi- No, it doesn't. I don't know. No, it doesn't come. Miqyas doesn't come. Miqyas doesn't come. I thought it comes. It doesn't come. No, it doesn't come. Okay. So wazana yazinu, it becomes mizanun. Asluhu mivzanun. It's the same wow is changed because kasra, right? Generally, kasra is changed to mizanun. 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 Now it became mivzan became mizan to measure, weighing machine or something. So these were what? Mif'al pattern. Now there's no reason, just it's made from these verbs. Next is mif'alun pattern. Very easy. Same thing instead of mif'al, you make it barada yabrudu is the verb. Oh, okay. Shearing to something. So it becomes what? Barada yabrudu to cut the grass, the cutting of the grass. On the pattern of mif'al. Now we are in the pattern of mif'al. Mibradun. Now it becomes mibrad. Mibradun. Halaba yahlubu is to um, take the milk, to milk an animal. Halaba is halib, right? Milk, of course. So halaba yahlubu is to milk something. So the milking vessel through which you milk the animal, mihlabun, mihlab. And sa'ida yas'adu is to rise, climb. So you see a man climbing here. Mixer, mihlab is a mixer also. Huh? I don't know. Maybe. Allah Alam. Mihlab is a vessel. Then sa'ida yas'adu, mis'ad, elevator, lift. Qabada yaqbidu is to hold something. Hold something. So miqbad is the holder, something which holds, I guess. What is miqbad? How do you translate miqbad? Miqbad. Yeah. Handle. Oh, handle. No. I like holder. The handle. Qabada uh, is to hold something. And Abdullah, seizing of Allah. Qada yaqudu is the to drive, right? So miqwadun, miqwadun is steering wheel. No, steering wheel. Miqwad or yeah, it should be miqwad. Let's see the answers. I forgot. Miqwad, yes, miqwadun. They don't change the alif miqadun. I thought they'd change, but they didn't. Miqwadun, steering wheel. Now, qada yaqudu is to drive. Like saqa is suq, is to drive. So it's also, to lead an animal. The one who leads an animal is called qa'id, which is used for leaders also. Qiyada, qiyadatul nas, leading the people, like you lead an animal. Yeah? So miqwad, the halter of an animal also, the rein of an animal, halter of an animal, steering wheel nowadays. Qassa yaqussu is to cut, like hajja yahujju. So the instrument which you cut, miqassun, miqassun. And hakka yahukku is to scratch. Hak- Hakka is to scratch. And mihakkun, mihakkun is the instrument to scratch, I guess. He says mihakkun is a touchstone which you use for gold and so on. The touchstone, mihak. Because you take the gold and rub it and see whether the gold is correct or not. You scratch it, like mihak, a touchstone, a yardstick. Okay, these are all mif'al pattern. Mif'al. So all instruments, instruments, instruments. Smoothing, yeah? Yeah, naam for smoothing or something. Allahu Akbar. Mif'alatun, same thing now. Mif'al, but with a ta marbuta. Kanasa yaknusu, to sweep, broom. Miknasatun, a broom. La'iqa yal'aqu. We know this verb. We know this. We've been using since book one, I guess. La'iqa yal'aqu is to lick. Spoon, yes. Milaqatun. So milaqatun has been since book one. We've been reading this. Now we know how it was formed. Milaqatun. Now to lick. Milaqa. Taraqa yatruqu is to knock. This is to knock. Taraqa. Taraqa yatruqu, to knock. But it also means to strike a metal with a hammer, right? To strike, you hit. So mitraqatun is a hammer. Taraqa also means to knock, but mitraqatun is a hammer. Mitraqa, to to hammer something. To mitraqa, hammer. Mitraqatun. Satara yasturu. This also we've been learning since book one. A scale. Mistaratun. Scale. Mustaratun. Scale. Asara yasiru is to juice, remove the juice of fruit or something, whatever. Asara yasiru, squeezer. Naam, yes. Mi'asaratun, a press, right? A press for extracting oil or fruit or whatever. Ghadafa yaghdifu is to scoop, ice cream scoop or whatever. Mighdafatun is a ladle or a scoop, a large spoon or ladle, mixing spoon. Yeah, mighrafatun. It's just instruments how they're formed. No? So we've learned all the three forms, right? Mif'al, mif'al, and mif'alatun. So some verbs go there. There's no reason why some are here and some are here and some are here. It's just the way it is. Qala yaqli, it became miqlatun. It was actually miqlayatun. So you have ya fatha and lam fatha. They didn't want to say miqlayatun. And there's a rule, ya mutaharrik and previously as a fatha, you change it to an alif. Miqlatun. Maha yamhu is to erase, so it became mimhatun. It was actually mimhawatun. Mimhawatun. Again, waw mutaharrik with a fatha and ha before it fatha, so you change it to an alif. Mimhawatun. You can see the answers also. Mi'ashara, mighrafa, miqlatun, mimhatun, mikwatun. Then kawa yakwi, mikwatun. Same thing. Now what is happening is from here, we have all this alif, alif, alif. Because it's a ya or a wow, we change it to an alif. So kawa yakwi, you might say mik. You have to say asluha also. So mikwatun, it was actually mikwayatun, to iron. Bara yabri is to sharpen. So mibratun with an alif, bibratun, sharpener. It was actually mibrayatun. Mm. Then we have safa yasfu. Safa yasfu. I don't know what it is. Safa yasfu. It's misfatun. Asluha misfawatun. So what is safa yasfu? Filter. Oh yeah, saf. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. To filter something. Saf, to make it clear. Safun. Nam. Safa yasfu. To filter something. To make it safun. Nam, to be pure. Strain of a filter. Nam. Ra'a yara. What is this? We know this also. It's in book, since book one you're saying, I think. In book two, I think. Oh, mirror, yes. Mir'atun. It was actually miryatun, and the ya was changed into an alif. Mir'atun. Al-mu'minu al-muslimu. Mir'atul muslim. Aw kama qal. Muslim is a mirror to another Muslim. رقي يرقى مرقاة. Yeah, مرآة. نعم. And رقي يرقى مرقاة. What is رقي again? I don't know. We have to check. رقي is to climb, ascend. Huh? A مرقاة is a step in a staircase. مرقاة is a step, a lifter. No, مسعد is a lift. رقي يرقى مرقاة is a step in a staircase. One step مرقاة. مرقاة بعد مرقاة. One step after step. One step at a time. رقي يرقى. نعم. So there are some changes here. Right. Uh, نعم. عين. Let's see how much more is this. 5, 6. Yeah, we can finish this lesson, inshallah. Just few more, just simple exercises. We have sentences, some examples, and we can finish this, inshallah. عين أسماء الآلات فيما يأتي واذكر وزن كل واحد منها. So these are some ahadith. Next week, inshallah. Okay, no problem, inshallah. Barakallah fikum. Inshallah, we'll do it next week. Inshallah. If it was heavy, we'll do it next week, inshallah. Just just this much. Okay, next week. 40 minutes is more, huh? Inshallah. Okay. Naam, barakallah fikum. Inshallah. Jazakallahu khairan. Uh, Subhanakallah. Jazakallahu khairan. Killa makes me feel feminine, no? Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta. Astaghfiruka. Atubu ilayk. Inshallah, we'll continue from the fifth exercise. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين وجعلنا للمتقين إماما. ربنا وتقبل دعاء. صلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.